So friends, we talk about a lot of limitations which as a graphic designer you may have to face, and I explain about limitations in color design, color selecting, and I talked about paper selecting, and I talked about bleeding, and also I talked something about laminating and varnishing also, and I told something about die cutting and normal cutting also. And now today I am going to explain about a small thing which is very common and which is a very common error in most of printing, especially when you are using watermarks. So I think you may have enough experience keeping lot of hopes. You have designed a watermark on top of your document or in middle of your document, but finally when it comes to printed, after printing, when you get it, it is very dark or very light than you expect. So why it's happening? The reason is in offset printing, even a small tone comes to print. So but in your screen sometimes you are keeping about 20% opacity. I mean the opacity. I think you will understand what I told. I think as an example we'll think a company logo, you want to put it in middle of your letterhead and make it as a watermark, as an example. So once you place it in your document, and when you see it in your screen, sometimes you will think like at least 20% should be there to visible, but that's not the truth. Due to the light comes out of your monitor, your tones or in your watermark, you can't see much. So what you have to do is, if you are planning offset printing job, definitely you keep 5% to 10% opacity. Don't ever keep more than 10. Sometimes even if you want to make it very dark, up to maximum 15 you can go, 15% opacity, but don't go 20 and more. Then if you go there, definitely will get a print out with very dark print, like your ordinary print. It's not a watermark. But if you keep 5%, 10% in your document, in your opacity in your artwork, definitely will get a nice watermark in your print. The problem is, if you are using a 4-color machine, it's okay. The all 4 colors will print and come at once. Then at least you can get a sample and see whether the opacity is enough or no. But generally we use 1-color machines. So if you use 1-color machines, if you are printing 1000 letterheads, all 1000 will print in all 4 colors. Then finally you can see whether the color is dark or light. Then you have definitely your customer will scold you. So I am recommending you to use 5% to 10% in your offset printing. Even laser printing, you can use 15 or 20 you can use in laser printing. But if you are using very expensive machine, technically very advanced machine, then you can use even 5%, 10% in digital printing. But in normal small printers, up to 20, 25 you can go, but I am recommending 15 to 20 for normal small printers, color printers. But offset printers definitely is 5 to 10%. So that's also one limitation. What you see in monitor won't come to the paper, and that's why I want to explain.